Hello and good morning. We are Parks Inc. We are 8 students who threw all of our energy into Mr. Darrell Hammond's challenge to implement play and safety within our Bruce Randolph community because this is the challenge that hits closest to home.
We took on this challenge because we noticed the social inequalities among our Bruce Randolph community. We live in a neighborhood where poverty is common and gang activity is even more common. When we traveled to wealthier areas of Denver, we started to see the gaps between available resources for parks.
These neighborhoods had high gang activity. These neighborhoods had well-maintained, non-violent parks. In contrast with our parks that lacked maintenance and had high gang and crime activity, which prevented our community members from enjoying their parks.
To begin our project, we surveyed the community, asking their opinions on what parks need the most improvement and what improvements they would like to see. Approximately 85% of the community identified Dunham as the park that needed the most improvement.
We then focused our attention at Dunham Park. We reached out to Denver Parks and Recreation in hopes that we could begin small solutions that we could implement rapidly. We had the privilege of meeting the senior parks planner, the park supervisor, and the head of volunteering. We then ended up collaborating on our event, Day of Play, and adopted Dunham Park for Bruce Randolph.
You may be asking yourself, what's Day of Play? Day of Play is the new semi-annual event held by us, Parks Inc. Pose. Anyways, this event was an opportunity to gather community members together at Dunham Park, not only to raise awareness and attendance at the park, but to gather the community for fun and food. I mean, who doesn't like an event with free food?
To prepare Day of Play, we went and collaborated with our elementary schools, and the students had the opportunity to design their dream park. Their ideas were inspiring, from spaceships to tree houses to rainbow-colored parks. Their smiles and enthusiasm gave a whole new perspective on how we accomplished this project.
On the Day of Play, we were able to fulfill the students' wish for a rainbow-colored park. All the volunteers joined together at Dunham to transform the ugly green play structure covered in graffiti into a colorful, almost new playground. We also cleaned up trash, trimmed the edges of the park, and cleaned up pine needles. When we left, it looked like a new park.
Day of Play brought back the much-needed excitement back to Dunham Park. People were so enthusiastic to come and help us improve this park that they could not wait to come back again. This really did change the perspective that many people had on our community.
One local man even said, "I have never seen somebody actually make a difference in the community. The community was so open to our presence in the park that they not only offered us spatulas and onions, they welcomed us into their homes to use their bathrooms."
Say what?
Initially, we planned to replace the current play structure at Dunham, but we learned from the senior parks planner that a new playground would cost around $200,000 and would take over a year of planning and construction.
For a 7-week challenge, that was out of the question. So we decided with small improvements, and we also gathered the attention and support for Dunham Park, which will help us in our long-term goal of raising a new playground for the park.
This project could have not happened without the support of fellow community members willing to help us. Denver Parks and Recreation not only allowed us to adopt the park, they also provided us with financial and material support to make improvements to our park.
Not only did our schools allow us in, they helped us advertise our event and encouraged their students to come help and make a change. Our District 9 Councilwoman's office also helped us by sending the flyer electronically to her entire email list. Starbucks provided the necessary caffeine to energize our hard-working early morning workers.
In an effort for sustainability, we adopted Dunham Park, which means we are responsible for its cleanliness and safety. We are also working with Bruce Randolph administration to have our weekly community service help us maintain the park.
Thank you very much. That is the end of 5 minutes. And now, judges, I turn them over to you for questions and answers. Sorry.
Could you talk a little bit about scale, that you're doing this in your own backyard, but any thoughts that you've had about trying to get this done in other areas?
Yes, we've actually looked at Swansea Park and Elyria Park, which are like a couple blocks in the same community, and they were also ranked highest when we surveyed the students and community.
Also, we have thought about having schools adopt nearby parks near their schools to see if they would actually contribute to their parks and help maintain those parks.
To add on to that, we also been collaborating with, like they said, like park supervisors and a lot of community officials and people who can help us with that, such as Kaboom and others.
When did you have your play day, and what have you seen happen at that park since that day?
Our play day was on February 22nd, so last Saturday. And what we actually saw was, for the first time, was people actually go to that park, because that park was highly avoided because it's just so bad that people didn't want to go to it. But last Saturday, we had a good turnout, and we had a bunch of people, and a bunch of little kids were telling us, oh, we don't want to leave yet. This park is so fun. It's better than it is before.
So tell me, why did you pick this challenge, and why, and who do you think's benefiting from this kind of what you guys have done? Is it the kids? Is it the community? It's the parents? Tell us a little about that.
We picked this challenge because, you know, our community has high gang activity, and we wanted to stop that. We wanted our community to know that this is a safe place where our children could go and play and feel safe. So without our children feeling safe, they're not going to want to go and explore the world like we want them to go. You know, we want them to learn in their own way.
And also, kids these days, they're like in their computers, laptops, phones, and always playing games, and we just want them to get active.
Is that it?
One last question. Okay. Bruce Randolph, a round of applause, a big round of applause. Thank you very much. You have something to say? 1,
2, 3. Park Sync, make playtime your time.
Okay.